Good morning, good morning, good morning. You caught me there having a little read. That's important. Right, good morning. It's 8 o'clock here in London. Are you fired up and are you ready to go? Yeah, Monday morning, bit of motivation. Shall we do this? If you want to be a part of the stream, just put your comments wherever you're watching from, and I can pop you up onto the screen if you've got any comments or questions or anything else you want to talk about. Yeah, I'm here. So as far as today goes, Monday motivation, I like to talk about things that are going to get us moving and get us buzzing and get us working for the week. And I've got a few bits of inspiration around me, as I usually do, and I'd like to share them with you. So today I'd like to talk a bit about security and job security. People love. Good morning, Rodrigo. Good morning, mate. How are you? Excellent to have you here. Thank you. People love, or used to love, before COVID, people used to love thinking about their job as being very, very secure, you know. And it's a thing that people get wrong because they go for security, they go outside of themselves to look for security. Steve's saying good morning. Good morning, Steve from LinkedIn. We've got a few people from LinkedIn. Thanks for being here, Steve. Really appreciate it. Monday motivation. I'm here every Monday at 8 a.m. GMT here in the UK. People go for security. They think that security lies outside of themselves. They think a job will bring them some security, and they think perhaps a relationship might bring them some security, both of which are big mistakes, really, really big mistakes. The only security on the planet lies within you, right? If you feel secure, then everything else happens as it should around you. But many people go looking for that security outside of themselves, that actually ends up causing them more harm than good, to be honest. Diana's with us. Excellent. Good morning, Diana. Looking forward to seeing you again in the next few weeks. Yeah, so it's really, really important, I think, to start to think about, you know, if the last 12 months has taught us anything, it's about actually let's look outside of ourselves and start to do some things differently, because, you know, your boss is under the same amount of pressures as everyone else, trying to, you know, pay all of his staff and stuff like that. You know, that's a whole other pressure. You know, but as the staff members, you know, as the employees, you have to consider exactly where you are in life, and are you using your job as some sort of security? Even now in these troubled COVID times, you know, we will start to get back to normal this year, we hope. I think it's so important to understand that the only security in the world lies within us. Look at that. We've got two Grahams came up straight away. Look, Graham saying, good morning, love and light from India. Excellent, Graham. Great to have you with us. And Graham Keenan, my good friend Graham Keenan's in Russia. Look at this. We've got India, Russia. I'm not sure where Rodrigo is actually. I think, are you in South America, Rodrigo, or are you in London? I'm not sure. And Stephen here. Stephen's from Uxbridge, so he's saying hello. Brilliant, excellent. So just remember, you know, security is an inside job for your work, and also for your relationships and everything else. I think it's really, really important to understand a few things if you're going to go for it yourselves. You know, if you're going to be entrepreneurs or you're going to make things move, you know, you've got to get training, you've got to understand what you're doing, and you've got to go for it. I'm going to read you a few things that I think are really, really important. So Glenn's here as well. Good morning, Glenn. Great to have you here. Thank you, mate. Thanks for joining. Regular listeners, all of you. I love you. Thank you so much. Rodrigo's here in London. Brilliant. Kyle is in Australia. Wonderful. Amazing. Definitely the furthest one away. Good evening, Kylie. It's great to have you here. Monday motivation. Look, at the end of the day, just remember that it all starts within you. We have to start to think about what's going on around us, right? Job security, as people knew it, is disappearing, and COVID has accelerated it, I would say. If you're still working for someone else, and if you're going to continue working for someone else, that's great, as long as you're happy and it works for you. But I'm just going to read a few things to you that I think will, you know, just help you look at your mindset a little bit differently and start to think about things slightly in a different way, in a more positive way. So you have to know how your work makes a financial impact for your employer. If you don't know how your work directly affects your organization's bottom line, you could be at great risk in your job, right? If your work is a nice to have function, but not an essential one, your job could disappear. And then what would you do? And I had to think this because as a DJ who went off for 20 years, as a young DJ, that's all I did. And it was my job and I loved it, but then it disappeared. And then what would I do? Well, I had to sign on for 6 months because I didn't have another plan in place. Something I would advise my 20-year-old self against, right? But it is what it is. So You also have to know what the salary is going for your current job, and you have to understand it and be aware of what other people are earning all around you, of course. Understand what contractors and consultants are earning as well. But also, look for other consultancy gigs or things that you can do on the weekends. I talk about multiple sources of income, consultancy, products. My business mentor is Kevin Green, and he says, look for a product as well as a service business. Make sure you've got two to get started straight away. And understand you have to keep your network active and alive. You have to be engaging. You have to be talking with people. Easy for me to say as a 40% e-colours top colour yellow as a socializer. I love talking with people. I love listening. I love people. That's easy for me. It's not easy for everybody, but it's very, very important to keep your work alive and active and keep things moving. So really, really important tips there, of course, as well. Let's just talk about the employee mindset just a little bit. The employee mindset, when you go to a job and you think you're going to be secure, it's worth trying to work this out, because I like to get my calculator out when I'm talking with people that are working in a PAYE job, an employee job. So if we said £40,000 is the average income here in the UK, average. I mean, lots of people are doing better. Some people not so well, but let's just say 40,000. If you divide that by 12 months, you got 3,333. If you divide that by 4.3, which is how many weeks there are on average in a month, you've got 775. And if you divide that by 40 hours of the week, that's how much you're earning per hour. 19, just under 20 quid, £20. It's interesting, isn't it? When you start to think about it, £20 an hour, you're trading your life for that amount of money. And is that acceptable to you is the question I would ask. No judgments from me either way. You might need that for a while as a foundation, and you might decide to keep going because that's your security and that's how you feel good about it. But to be honest, COVID should have taught us all something, that actually security is in here. That's where the security is. So it's really, really important to understand that calculation and then start to think about how much you charge for your services, because I think you could charge more, to be honest. As you well know, I do love a bit of Bob Proctor, as I've mentioned, and Tony Robbins. All I've done is study those guys. Those guys clearly understand, same as Kevin Green here in the UK, these guys clearly understand how to be able to be entrepreneurs and make things happen and go for multiple sources. And this is great. This is Bob Proctor. It's not about the money. It says here, there's a few realities that you need to know about. Yeah, we love it. We all love a reality, don't we? Reality number one, you don't have to work long hours. It's true. You don't have to work long hours. You may choose to work long hours because you enjoy what you're doing if you're going to go for this multiple sources of income and enjoy what you're doing. But it's up to you, right? You don't have to work long hours. You can actually outsource a lot of things to other people. Reality number two says self-employment does not mean added stress. I'm just reading from Bob Proctor's book here. Self-employment does not mean added stress. Actually, far from it. Once you've been very, very clear about your setup and your goals and how much you'd like to charge for your services, and you've written it all down and you've got focused on it, and you're like, that's where I'm going to go. Even if you've got nothing right now, even if you've got nothing and you can't see a way, you can't see how it's going to happen, you write down the specifics of exactly what you would like. I did this when I was bankrupt and living in my mum's spare room. And within 3 years, I was up earning a good day rate, a really good day rate. So it can be done. You've just got to set the intention and go for it. And 3 years might seem like a long time in your mind or anything like that, but it isn't. It really isn't. Reality number three, you don't have to sell your business just to make money. Not at all. Not at all. You might make a business and sell it in the future. Great. But ultimately, that is not the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to do something you love to do and keep doing it. Reality number four, diversification is your friend. It is. Multiple sources of income, diversification, and go and learn from the best. That's what I've done. Go and learn from the best. It's really, really important. Really, really important. Number five, reality number five, is that you get to choose your customers. And that's true. I only work with people that I like. And that's a lovely place to be, let me tell you. I choose my customers. I choose the people I work with. I choose my staff and my teams and everything else. And I've worked hard on it. It wasn't always this way, but I've worked really hard on it. And I choose all of the people that I like to be around. And we are in a really good place. and that I want that for every one of you. I really do. Have a great social network. Now you'll see my social media for Life Remixed and for Mark Wilkinson. Someone said to me the other day, "You're everywhere." I was like, "I haven't left the house," but yeah, okay, thanks. But the point is that yes, we have got a good reach now. We're reaching out. We're telling people. Obviously, Life Remixed is out next week in 8 days. Oh my goodness! Life Remixed is out in 8 days' time, which is in itself a great buzz. If you do want a signed copy, it's last call for that now. If you want a signed copy, you need to go to markwilkinsonofficial.com/shop in order to get that from my good self. Otherwise, you'll be ordering sort of from Amazon or from all good bookstores, and I won't get to see it. But these pre-orders I get to see. They come to here, and then we'll be sending them out. So yeah, have a great social network, have a great reach. Be sociable and talk to people. The clue's in the title: social network. Yeah. What's Matt saying this morning? All too often, the security of a mediocre present is more comfortable than an adventure of trying to be more in the future. Tony Robbins. How many of us are guilty of this? Well, Matt, I know I've been very guilty of that. The security of a mediocre present has indeed been more comfortable for me at different times over the years. And I'd say even as a DJ, I never reached as far as I could because I was quite comfortable in that area. But that comfort zone took me down in the end. Yeah, it really took me down in the end. And I think it's so important that we step up. And that's a Tony Robbins thing as well. Step up. Come on. Let's get going. We've all got the same amount of minutes and hours in the day. Sleep for 7 of them or 8 of them, whatever, and then we're up for the rest. And let's go for this. Let's make things happen. Get that multiple sources of income plan in your head. If you need a coach, get a coach and get someone to help you and get you moving. There's a great story from Tony Robbins, and he's talking about there's a couple of larger ladies on one of his courses, and they said they managed to speak to him. They got up close and they said, "Look, what we're going to do is we're going to write down all of this wonderful plan, and we're going to write everything out. We're going to make sure you get a diet plan, and we're going to write an exercise plan, and he said, ladies, he said, with the greatest respect, all you need is someone behind you to shout, run." But that's great, right? It's about getting a coach, isn't it? I need someone behind me at times just to say, get on with it. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll get on with it. Everyone's got a sign up that says, don't be a something, just do it. Just do it. Just get on and get moving. That's that mindset that you need to be in. Thank you, Matt, for sharing. I love the fact that you're investigating Tony Robbins and Bob Proctor quotes and everything. And I know the changes that you've been going through and continue to go through, Matt. And it's brilliant, mate. I love it. So have your great social network. And again, it's not about the money. Just remember that. Self-employment is not hard or complicated. It really isn't. It really isn't. Just find your niche, or find something that you're passionate about, and then start to put yourself out there. You might want to be a tennis or a football coach, and you start to charge for your services on a Saturday morning, for instance, whilst you're investigating these multiple sources of income. That's something you could do straight away. So there's ways and means of doing all kinds of things. But trust me, if you don't value yourself, then no one else will value you. So you've got to put yourself, this is my price, this is my cost. And we've talked about hourly rates and all that kind of stuff. Mine's, set it and go for it, right? Reality number 8 from Bob Proctor's book. You can start with very little cash. Yeah, some people think they need like 50 grand behind them or something to be able to do this. No, not at all. Not at all. If you start to add value to other people's lives, hour by hour, week by week, day by day, week by week, you'll find your way. You'll find your way, I promise you. It starts with what you would really like to be, do, and have. A lot of people talk about what they want. Oh, I really want this. I really want this. I really want this. Be careful of the word want, because it's always ahead of you. Yeah. I want. Yeah. What would you like? Go with what you would like. It's another subtle shift, but it's very important. And the last one here, don't fear the unknown. Exactly what Matt was saying with that Tony Robbins quote there about the security of a mediocre present is more comfortable than the adventure of trying to be more in the future. Well, don't fear the unknown. Just absolutely trust in yourself and the process. It's very, very important. Trust in yourself and the process, and get yourself moving. You can do it. I can do it. Anyone can do it. You just got to go for it. That employee mindset. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. Another great book. another great book. I was brought up. My dad was a poor dad in Robert Kiyosaki's definition, because he worked hard his entire life, and then he managed to retire for a few years, and then he died, and that was it. And I just think that's not good enough for you. It's definitely not good enough for me. He did his best, and no disrespect, I love him. Without him, I wouldn't be here. So that's important. And what I would say is that he did the best he could. But every one of us can do more. You don't have to live that way. So I hope that's been really, really helpful. What I would say is Life Remixed is coming out in a week's time. We're absolutely buzzing about this book being released to the world. It's wonderful. Bob Proctor is about to send a short story from myself out to his database of 1 million people. So that's going to be amazing, right? And that's going to extend the reach of Life Remixed. We are reaching people left, right, and centre. I'm going to be on Adam Strong's Game Changers podcast this week. We've got articles that are going out into magazines. We've got so many things, and so the reach that we're getting is wonderful, and people are just responding in a beautiful way. I've obviously made a lot of friends. Along the way, and that's been wonderful. And I value every one of you that I've connected with over the last 50 years. And we just keep going. We just keep going, just keep growing, just keep smiling. There's lots of people out there that are suffering and need a bit of help and need a bit of a boost. And I had a friend reach out to me over the weekend, and I've given her a bit of a boost and a bit of a look, it's not all bad, and we can make changes and do things. Diana's just saying wow about Bob Proctor. Yeah, thank you. I'm buzzing about that, of course. Bob's, if you just go to find Insights of the Day, pretty soon in the next couple of weeks, you're going to see my yellow t-shirt story emailed out to the world via Bob Proctor, which is it's amazing, right? So, but just remember, if you know anyone, or if you think of anyone that needs some help, there's a lot of things out there: anxiety, fear, doubts, depressions, worries, diseases, divorces. People might be going through difficult times off the back of lockdown, and money and career change, of course, as well. Some people just need that kind of reframing session in their mind. And I'm going to do a series of events coming up in it's probably the second week of March. I'm just looking at the dates. I'm going to a series of events, 5 1-hour events, Monday to Friday. 5 days to remix your life with me. So that'll be fun. So I'm looking forward to inviting all of you guys. It's completely free. And yeah, we'll be enjoying ourselves and sharing some top tips with you all. So yeah, happy days. So look, guys, it's Monday. It's it's a week 8 days until the book comes out. It's gone quick the last 6 months, if you can see that. And COVID, it's gone quick, hasn't it? That 12 months. And yet we're still here. We're still smiling. Just bring that good energy to the day. Get yourself moving. If it dries up a little bit later, I might even try a bike ride, because it's going to be in double figures later. But look, have a really great day. Thanks so much for being here. I'm looking forward to connecting with you all soon. Tomorrow night, Life Remix Samples. We're talking about relationships. And then Wednesday morning, well done Wednesday, I'll be back at 8 a.m. And Wednesday evening, I've got the UK Soulful House Mafia. So Craig Bartlett, Andy Ward, and Lee Wright from Cardiff, Birmingham and Leeds, respectively. Those 3 guys are going to join me for a Soulful House memory lane chat. And in the next 2 weeks after that on Straight Talking, I've got the powerhouse of Peggy McColl's coming back. 19 books. She's going to be back to talk to us about Savvy Wisdom, her latest book, and how that's developing and what she's manifested. She's the queen of manifestation. It's going to be amazing to watch Peggy. And then the week after that, Marcy Shimoff from The Secret will be joining us on Straight Talking, part of the whole thing with Bob Proctor, responsible for changing 300 million lives, if not more. Marcy's going to be on a one-to-one chat with me. So that's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to reviewing her book, Happy for No Reason, as well. So look, it's all good. It's all onwards and upwards. Thanks all so much for being here this morning. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I'll see you. I'll be back tomorrow evening. Big love. See ya.